Hello, everybody. Happy Wednesday, guys. How's everybody doing today? This mount is loose. Clank, clank. Sorry, sounds. Sorry. This, what's called? The gain on this side has a tendency to turn itself. Because when I record videos, whatever. Good morning, everybody. How you guys doing? They're like, what? He just started the stream and he's talking nonsense already. Hey, guys. Grumpy, Alex. Oh, amazing YouTubers have already joined. What's going on, guys? How you guys doing today? I lost track of time and I looked and I went, oh, what is going on? And then I gotta go live. So how you guys doing? So you know what? That's an actually a good question about Medal of Honor, the price on Medal of Honor, because they still have no freaking Steam listing. People are like, what are the minimum specs? Non-existent. What's this? What's that? But anyway, yeah, the recommended specs. Holy moly. We got a lot to go over today. If you guys follow my YouTube channel, this was a big news week. Big news week in terms of games. Games. I mean, that's why we're doing the whole VR thing, right? We want to play cool games. But anyway, how are you guys doing today? How are you guys doing? Seriously worried about Medal of Honor. I have some mixed feelings. We'll go over all of that. Cyberpunk! Yeah, Cyberpunk, I'm pumped for too. It's actually releasing midnight in whatever country. Like probably around UK time zone. So that means 7 p.m. for me, I can play it. It's out. It's not out for me. How much do you guys think Medal of Honor will cost? $7 bajillion. I do have to drop my mic just a little bit, guys, because I am forget loud. I was close to peaking. That's good. So now if I yell, I shouldn't peak. Thank you. Play it again. What's up, man? But thank you for following. I appreciate it. My following on Twitch is not as active because I'm all about YouTube these days. But when I stream some games, you tend to show up, so I do appreciate that. Chat is absolutely way too fast for me to follow today. But we'll get on that. But overall, if you guys are new here, it's your first time chiming into one of these streams. Every single Wednesday, I do a live Q&A. 2 hours, I chill here with you guys. It's always on this side. I always go the wrong way. The topic is there. The topic is, what we're talking about. But again, all questions are open. This usually just, ends up in left field. We discuss random VR stuff. And I'm just here to drop my knowledge on you guys. So, Cyberpunk in Vorpex. Well, no one's tried it, and oh my goodness. I mean, Vorpex, some people get really, really good experiences. I personally haven't played with it, because I don't have time to tinker. Like, I want a streamlined experience, and when there's something I want to tinker with, like I tinker with, random stuff in OBS, that's my thing. Like, I'll tinker with something I really want to, but when I want to play a game... Sorry, I got a million screens open. Like I said, I was, tinkering in OBS. If I want to tinker in OBS, I'll tinker. Set up effects, sound effects, whatever I want to do. That's fine. But when it comes down to playing a game, that's my free time. I just want to get in the game. I'm turning up the music just a little bit, guys. Okay. Sup? Good morning. 2 days for Medal of Honor. I know. 2 days for some people to download. Oh, and you also need... Let's jump right into that. Then we'll start taking conversation and stuff. Sub to Mateo's YouTube channel. Yeah, thank you, Jaws. Jaws is a huge supporter. All right, I'm focusing on you guys and nothing but you guys right now. So Medal of Honor. Let's start with... You want to start with Medal of Honor? Because it's the one game I haven't physically played that I'll be talking about today. Everything will be on reactions from other people I know who've played it. I think, there was some stuff from Road to VR, Upload to VR, comments on the game, and of course, those insane recommended specs. I did not get access to Medal of Honor. No, I'm not going to say I can't even remember what games I try to get access to. These days, I'm so busy that I honestly if someone contacts me and I'm interested, I say yes. That pretty much, that's how these days are running lately. It's rare for me to reach out because I'm just so busy, and sometimes I reach out and I can't remember if I reached out, and then like a week like right before the game launches, like, oh, sorry for the delayed response. But anywho, that's the way I'm living. So you guys are amazing, by the way, in the chat. So Medal of Honor, if you don't know, the recommended specs are a RTX 2080 and an i7 7700K, 16 gigs of RAM. You're gonna need 160 gigs of hard drive space, which they say please use an SSD. And I heard the unpacking of the game, because you download a compressed game and it has to unpack whatever, it needs extra space. They said like you're gonna need 300 plus gigs on your SSD to install the game, and then after that it won't take up as much. But what? Holy moly, holy, that's insane. Now I know Titanfall also, I mentioned Titanfall because Titanfall is Respawn's company making the game. I remember there was a big controversy with file size back in the day. I think on the Xbox, something to do with sound effects, whatever. And it was like an extra like 20 gigs out of nowhere. But yeah, when you got a 20 gig random download. Anyway, yeah. So how do you think it'll run with a 27 Super? Now here's the thing. Most of those specs are ridiculous. I've heard that it's a little bit more CPU bound. That's what's killing it. Now, but here's the thing. There's nothing listed on the Steam page as far as official, recommended, and minimum. And, this was, to my knowledge, where these recommended specs came from was interview. It was either Upload VR or Road to VR. Yeah. Upload VR. Yeah, one of those. My brain is, the hamster's not spinning right. But anyway, we don't know if that's like someone's opinion or like concrete. And we don't know if things will change, like right before launch, day one patch, whatever the case may be. But, maybe one of the developers or someone high up said like, listen, if you really want to experience this game, you want to see what it's really, meant to be. You want a 2080, you want an i7, you want this. And please get an SSD because, the load times, you don't want 2-minute load times. Like, that's like, this is how you really want to experience it, and that's recommended. Maybe they overshot a little bit. Maybe it's going to run fine on a 2060 or a 1080 Ti, and just missing a lot of bells and whistles. The CPU is most likely due to physics. That's, usually what kills Boneworks. Even Blade and Sorcery brings it down when you're CPU bound and your CPU spikes, and then the game starts to chug because of physics. But we'll see. We don't really know. So I actually have 3 machines in my room right now. This is only because I work in tech, guys. It's not. I'm not trying to get braggy here. I work in tech. It's what I do. And I have 3 machines, and one of them, the lowest end one, has a 4770K and a 980. And I would say that's obsolete for VR anymore. Like, if you're low-end games, fine. But then I have stepping up and stepping up. But we're going to find out, guys. We're going to find out. I wish I had more information. I've seen people say, hey, it's working good on a virtual desktop, streaming to a Quest 2. The person who made that comment, I am familiar with their machine. It's a 2070, and I don't want to call out names just in case I upset somebody. But it's a 2070, and it's a 8700, I believe, is their machine. And they're saying, hey, it's running great while streaming with virtual desktop. So, let's see that. Better not get a single lag spike with minimum specs. I gotta say, VR games, you get lag spikes no matter what your specs are. Some of the games do a great job of making it feel smooth. Like Boneworks does pretty good. Half-Life Alyx does really good. But if you actually have a frame counter on screen watching it, with a 3090 and a 9900K, which I have, you'll see. It'll be like 120 frames, 120 frames, 120 frames, beep, 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 like 70, 80, 90, boop, right back up. Usually it's a CPU that's causing the issue, whatever the case may be. But yeah, you get these, but you don't feel them in games. So some engines just run a lot better. I don't know. I mean, listen, I don't want to say anything because I would just be speculating. But I think the 2060s out there with fairly high-end CPUs are going to be okay. What's the first game you have ever played? Mine is Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I am way older than you. My first game would have to be... First game I remember is like E.T. on Atari. I'm probably played a little bit earlier than that. But E.T. on Atari. And then obviously Mario on Nintendo, Zelda... I've been at it forever. Grandpa Mateo! Yeah. Alright, Limited Frags knows what I'm talking about. Have you heard about cheaper 5000 series chips? I have not heard. I'm not a huge AMD fan, only because I'm jaded from the past, but AMD's killing it lately. So like, if you want to go the AMD route, I wouldn't judge you. But once you get like burnt like once or twice, even though we're talking about 15 years ago, you kind of just say, listen, I'm fine with my Intel, my team blue, and my team green. I mean, some games are always going to give you some lag here and there. It's unavoidable unless the game is really, really optimized. Something on the 2600 Combat or Adventure, I guess. Yeah, that sounds about right. I hope my i3 8100 can handle it. I think it's time for an upgrade. Okay. Oni, what's up, man? What's going on? There's that name. That just bops around in my head. What do you think is limiting technology this day and age? Okay. That's a very broad question, and I don't think my brain can reach that far right now, but we'll see. I'm trying to keep up with the chat. I like to answer you guys, and we'll try and stay on topic. But since there's no other main questions coming in right now, what's really limiting? Honestly, software. As far as if we're going to discuss VR, I think software. We need, like, you can see what can be done with an amazing studio who knows the tech, and I'm talking Half-Life Alyx, from Valve. So they know the tech. They can somehow amazingly produce super realistic blacks on the index, which gets yelled at for its crappy black levels. They can make a game feel super smooth. They can give us the best graphics you've ever seen. They could have did more in the physics department as far as melee combat, but I mean, really what we need is just high-end development, which brings me back to the Quest, this little bastard right here. I feel like the Quest is holding back games, like severely holding back games. Nathaniel, yo, what up? A 2080 is crazy. Yes. Half-Life Alyx minimum specs is well, I think it's a 2060 they recommend, and minimum is 1060. Yeah, but who knows? The whole Ready Player One. When people discuss that level of technology in VR, like, well, when are we gonna get holodecks, and when is it gonna be full immersion? Not until you can streamline that tech. Like, anything that makes VR less convenient is not pushing it forward. So that's why, like, things like, I'm trying like almost every accessory because I'm curious. I'm a curious person. Like, this is half put together, but this is a Mammoth gun stock, and I have used the gun stock in the past, and I want to start using one again. And this is going to be for my Valve Index. If it makes the game less convenient, it's not a practical product. It's a niche product. Some people will love it and use it, and other people won't. So when you're heading the Ready Player One route, you need a super convenient suit. Like, you like really light vest, you put it on and it just works. You don't have to think about it. Just like you don't have to think about your controllers. You pick up your controllers and you start playing a game. You don't think about them. You don't go to settings in a game and say, okay, please work with my controller. Like, it's got to be streamlined. That's if you want to get to that level. Does Half-Life Alyx have ray tracing? I don't believe it uses ray tracing, to my knowledge. It's a random question. Why do you think that? Managed to snag a 3070. Can't wait to play Half-Life Alyx on it. You're going to love it. I mean, I fired Alyx right back up when I got my 3090, and it's breathtaking, that game. Opinion on the Vive trackers. I have Vive trackers. I have 3 Vive trackers, and I rarely use them. They're like if I was a big VR chat person, sure. But they're like a showcase item for me. I used to have people come over here and demo all aspects of VR, like once a month. Friends, family, whatever the case may be. But, COVID killed that, and the last time it happened was in February. So that's, 9 months now? So, like, my nephew would come over, I'll put the Vive trackers on him, and I'll put him in Blade and Sorcery, and he'll get a kick out of it. Scenarios like that kind of just show, like, everything that VR is. But for me personally, I don't do a lot of VR chat. When I do play Blade and Sorcery, they take 2 seconds to turn on. I will put them on because I like kicking people. If you were here for the last stream, I jump kicked a little bit and threw a spinning back kick, I believe, or no, side kick, stepping side. So yeah, like, that's kind of fun, and I like that. But they're super expensive, and there's not much support. I wouldn't expect to see ray tracing in VR games. No, you're breathe talking. I'm breathe talking? Is that me? I wouldn't expect to see ray tracing in VR games because they're hard enough to get to run as is, and at the same time, we are dealing with you're dealing with a lot of, like, ray tracing is one effect that would work, but some old effects that are traditional in some development just don't work in VR. Like bump mapping was one of them, which is, like a very easy, low demanding way to give texture to an object. It doesn't work in VR, it just doesn't. So, not that I'm a, super development oriented. I have a little tiny bit of knowledge. So just design in VR in general is pretty different. All I'm thinking about at the moment is playing Medal of Honor, though. It looks pretty awesome. So the color palette for OLED versus LCD are different. Yep, I noticed this on the Rift S too. A game would have bad gray blacks, but I would okay. But I could get the desktop, bring up MS Paint, have a darker black in headset. Okay. So yeah, there's aspects of it, like the engine itself, that contributes. If you played the original Vader Immortal titles and you played them on PC, they were way too dark. One weird little hack for that. Obviously what I do is edit an INI file on those Unreal games that are too dark, and you can turn up the brightness. I did it for Asgard's Wrath, and I did it for Vader Immortal. But in general, for the Valve Index, if you turn the brightness up, which seems counterintuitive, it tricks your brain, because your brain wants to associate certain things as shadows. And if you turn the brightness level up, your eyes kind of adjust and blacks start to look more like blacks. I know, it sounds like it doesn't make sense, but it does. Did you try the prison map in Phasmophobia? No, I didn't get around to it yet. Any reason you think the RTX 2060 wouldn't work for the game? I think it'll work. I personally think it'll work. At lower settings, I personally think. Ray tracing takes up a lot of resources, yes. Yeah, it's a good chance it's going to kill the frame rate. Only the 3000 series RTX cards do a reasonable job at ray tracing. Even the 20 series cards. If you want ray tracing enabled, sure, you're just going to have to play your game at 1080p 60 FPS. Are you caught up on The Mandalorian? Yes, I am. Let's see. The new Mando episode was awesome, but no spoilers in the chat, guys. It was awesome. Yes, it was. All right, a couple other games I've been playing, guys. I've actually been playing... I'm halfway through Warhammer Battle Sister. And this is what I was bringing up earlier. The Quest 2, I feel like Facebook's push towards the Quest 2 is kind of limiting games severely. Battle Sister is cool. It's a cool shooter. Personally, as a shooter, I enjoy it more than Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge. But graphically, it's inconsistent. It's hard to get immersed in the worlds because you'll go into like an open space and you'll be like, wow, super crappy texture, cool texture, texture popping. I don't on the Quest 2, I don't really see foveated rendering anymore. It might still be there in some games, but so like your immersion's broken. Then since there's not a ton of processing power when it comes to melee combat, there's just no physics. It's one of those games where you could like, oh, here comes the guy, let me wiggle my sword at him, and decapitation and arm cut off. So if you guys aren't familiar with Warhammer in general, I mean, Warhammer's been around for years. It's a super popular board game. I used to play the board game, and there's so much lore, dark, gritty lore, and a ton of like really cool different races. And I just feel like this was a huge missed opportunity. Warhammer can be on the level of Half-Life Alyx. I understand, yes, you need to throw major money and a huge studio at it, but Warhammer has the potential with their amazing artwork and lore and everything like that to have a game of that caliber. Like, you know, Space Marines are even cooler looking than the Combine. And when you fight the Combine in Half-Life Alyx, they are imposing and they look awesome. Space Marines would be 10 times that. So I feel like it's a missed opportunity. I'll put a little bit of footage on that on the screen for you guys. Let's see. Let me get a little bit up. I got some footage from that, guys. Let's see. This is me playing. Boom. Let me switch over. I'll lower the volume. I'll switch over to that, and you guys can see. Right screen. That's my right screen. So this is. I think I was playing this a day or two ago. Yeah. Let's see. How do my friend become successful YouTuber like you? Listen, if you join my Discord and you have some questions, when I have free time, I do my best to kind of try and help people out. I'm not super available lately, but you know, I do my best. So okay, guys. So you see, I shot a guy's head off there. This is, I think, the 3rd level of the game, and it's I mean, it looks pretty good, but you'll see like some of the textures here and there are pretty wonky. The game suffers from, being a little bland at times because, like, I feel like, well, it's not even I feel like. If you watch their, I struggle with the ammo like an idiot because I was making a mistake. But if you watch their interview with VR Scout, they said, oh, what was one of the hardest parts of development? And they were like, the frame rate. And I'm like, yeah, because you don't have the horsepower you need to really push this game to do super cool stuff. Instead, I'm just poking heads off. So okay. Llama, what you're saying, like, looks like PlayStation 2. And personally, I kind of feel the same way. I feel like this actually takes shooters a step back. See, if you notice what I'm doing with the ammo by accident, is in this game, you can actually just drop the clip and then slam the gun down and it puts a new clip in. But I kept trying to pull a clip out and catching my dropping clip, and it was driving me nuts. Because I'm a dope, I figured I'd point that out. So, but yeah, you say it looks like a PlayStation 2. It definitely looks better. Games always look better in VR than actually watching them on flat. But, it feels like this is an old shooter game. Like, this would have been a good shooter on PlayStation 3. Like, this would have been a solid shooter on PlayStation 3. We're going back 2 generations. But this is just like, it's that type of shooter, but now just in VR. So it's like, oh, VR games are getting games we played years back. That's kind of what it feels like. It's a little sad. Quake 2 wants its textures back. Yeah, I know. Let's see. Cyberpunk is out. I don't think it's out for me. I can check. You guys are gonna... Let me come back here for a second. I personally, because I checked this morning and they said no, it wouldn't be available until 7 p.m. my time. Yeah, it's not out for me. Womp 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 womp. Pavlov is better than this. Well, here's the thing, okay? Personally, Pavlov is just a completely different game. So, graphically, no, Pavlov Shack doesn't really look much better. But that's an online shooter, and it's a completely different type of game. I'm a big fan of single-player experiences, story-driven campaigns, shooters like that. Like, original Half-Life, Half-Life 2, Half-Life Alyx. So I am a huge fan of that. But, so, like, you can't really compare the two, is what I'm going for. You can't compare the two, but at the same time, I just feel like this title is just, it's held back. It's kind of like, oh, we want to make a really cool Warhammer game. Oh, sure, here's your budget, but you got to make it on a cell phone. And that's kind of like what the Quest is like. This is me failing to use the power. Other people have spoken to me, and they said they had an issue with the force power in the game. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Yep, that's what I saw for. That's what I saw for the. Oh, you guys aren't watching the screen. You don't know what I'm referring to. You're watching my idiot face. So. I just got lost. Okay. You saw Jacksepticeye playing it. Medal of Honor we're talking about? Okay. Not a big deal with so many games out this week. Can't afford all of them. Medal of Honor is a must-buy. Jurassic Park, Climb 2, Cyberpunk, maybe Myst. Yeah, there's a lot of games out. Do you think Cyberpunk should be VR? I think it should be whatever the developers intended. If you want to slap VR into a game that wasn't built for VR, you're asking for a not great time. Okay. Let's see. Oh, you have to download it on PS4. So yeah, some people get access to games early, so that doesn't mean the game's out, Usually you gotta be a big name, you gotta be impressive. What was he playing, Kurt, 5 years ago? What was he playing that got you into VR, out of curiosity? Do you have any tips for decreasing latency in virtual desktop? So first off, you really want to be on Wi-Fi 6 if possible. So a newer router, obviously that's number one. Having your physical machine that you're streaming from, have it on an Ethernet connection to the router so that you don't have to do 2 Wi-Fi hops. That's a second little thing there. Then depending on the machine you have, you can, play around with settings in virtual desktop, kind of lower the bandwidth if you're getting bandwidth constrained. Because sometimes if your hardware isn't very powerful, it can't compress the video that much. So if you're trying to compress too much too fast, you run into issues. So you can, lower the settings a little bit to see if you get less latency. But of course, that's going to reduce the quality. Yep, Jurassic Park is coming. Let's see. I'm going to bring my chat over so I can see it a little bit better. All right. Do I think Medal of Honor multiplayer will be better than Pop 1? It's going to be different. It's going to be absolutely different. Okay, let's see. Towels. What do you got there? Question. I'm about to get my index next week. Any suggestion for what games to play after Half-Life Alyx? So my channel on YouTube has tons of lists on recommended games. So you're new to VR. Well, I don't know if you're new to VR. Maybe the index is your second headset. But if you're new to VR, I'm just going to say, try some experiences that aren't walking around in game yet. Like when you try Half-Life Alyx, start it off with teleportation. Get used to VR. Get used to room scale, walking around. And once you're comfortable with that, you can kind of figure out what you're going to play with next. once you're comfortable with that, you can turn Half-Life Alyx onto, you know, free locomotion where you use the thumbstick to walk. Because if you've never experienced VR, that might make you sick at first. Guys, this is what I was talking about. I'll get back to this discussion in a second, but this is what I was talking about. How, like, this right here is, you know, is a Space Marine. Look how janky his knees are. Look at that. But, like, in VR, he's incredibly imposing in VR, but not to the degree he should be. Not like a Combine Trooper in Half-Life Alyx. He's cool, but he's got, you know, he's some big cartoon guy in front of you with some jaggies and stuff. So he's not what he should be, in my opinion, because of the quest. But anyway, getting back to your question. So when you get comfortable with some of these games, you know, like if you're not comfortable, try Beat Saber and Space Pirate Trainer. But when you are ready for those bigger experiences, Population 1 is great if you're interested in online shooters. Boneworks is fantastic. I love the sandbox mode. You could just go in there and kill some enemies. I love Boneworks. Just really cool example of physics. Let's see. I mean, there's a ton of, like, Asgard's Wrath is a great RPG that you could play for like 50 hours. There's a ton of stuff. I got a million lists on my channel. Is the door behind you a green screen? No. No, it is not, man. I'm sorry I'm not doing a great job of keeping up. Robo Recall is a fantastic start. Now, we were talking Valve Index, though. So it's an Oculus exclusive. You're going to have to run Revive. I have something for that on the channel, too. But the door is not a green screen, guys. Someone dropped the door command, which is fantastic. I was about to do it. It should work. Door command seems to be dragging there. But I actually put my elbow through the door playing a VR game and covered it up with those giant stickies. Blade and Sorcery is really good, but it's not a game I would recommend to new players just yet. Okay. I mean, Super Hot is a great intro, for sure. Definitely. I don't know. Someone look up when Jurassic World is out, or Jurassic Park. I forgot the full title. Aftermath or something. Someone look it up, because it's supposed to be out this month. I know that. Let's see. Get there before Tuesday News Day. Let's see. Steam VR environment. I mean, Steam VR environments are cool to kind of just, you know, play around, figure out what's going on. There's a million things. Have you tried Pavlov Tank Open Beta? No, I have not. Let's see. Yeah, I fixed the door with a sticker. The hole is still completely there. Yeah, I put my elbow through the door, and my elbow is damaged. Oh, they pushed it back? It got pushed back? It was supposed to come out this year. June 11th, 2021. It's supposed to come out this year. Guess it. Yep, there you go. Just like everything else. Oh, see, now this says December 17th. All right, guys. You guys are sending me mixed signals. You guys are not allowed to do the VR news. Oh. Nice work, Grumpy Duck. Guys, don't check out Grumpy Duck's channel on YouTube. He's not an awesome content creator who produces really funny YouTube stuff. Don't check him out. Tuesday News Day, you know, I know Thrill's a good guy. Our content's different. Our content's, I mean, yes, we're both reporting on VR news, but our content is different. I'm much more like, hey, this is the update on all the games. These are the games I've played. This is what I recommend. And then like a 2-minute, 3-minute piece on something, you know, wacky in there. But that's my news. It's different content. So I'm never in competition or rushing against him. My news always comes out on Monday anyway. So I do have a crazy video coming out. That was supposed to come out actually yesterday, that I've been dying to show you guys, because I worked really hard on it. It's a promotional video, but it's not anything like my normal content. It's funny. I think you guys will get a kick out of it, and it's surrounding a cool event. So when I'm allowed to show you guys, it got delayed, and I'm assuming it got delayed because the studio was like, oh, wait a second, Cyberpunk and Medal of Honor are coming out this week. You know, Let's wait a week or two. You've teased this video so much, I want to see it. Yeah, The Climb 2 was... I mean, there was a lot of titles that they said, but have you guys seen 2020? 2020 has been such a nightmare mess that everything has been delayed. Actually, I got my goddaughter in February. I got her tickets to see Billie Eilish with, you know, I chipped in with my brother. And, you know, we got her tickets to see Billie Eilish for her 16th birthday. And, you know, she was bawling and super excited. And it obviously got canceled. And I just got notification today. Oh, sorry, this is, you know, we're never rescheduling this concert. You're not getting your money back. You have a credit now that you need to use by December of next year. Talk to you later. Yeah. Is there an unveiling of Mateo's OnlyFans? Yeah, go check out my OnlyFans. It's up there. Guys keep asking about my OnlyFans. You guys turn me... There is actually a site. I made it just because you guys keep busting my chops about OnlyFans. But yeah, I made the site, but nothing's going up there. Not a chance. I mean, listen, guys, you know me. I'm not a sellout yet. All right, so let's see. How do you feel about PCVR going forward? That's a great topic. Okay, that's actually a great topic and something. PJ that I mentioned, I was gonna call you JP. That's something I mentioned actually a little bit earlier on. I got the quest right over here. I mean, it feels like I just read the text and my brain goes blank because I want to start talking about the next topic already. Someone mentioned Eric. I was just talking to him this morning. Great guy. I love Eric. But anyway, so the rumor mill is that Facebook is looking to just give up on PC development altogether. And Facebook is the one pushing VR content right now. Obviously, developers want to develop where they're going to make money. Okay? But, like I said, what ends up happening is you get games like I'm playing right now on screen. It's like you take an old-fashioned PS3 game, and now it's just in VR. And I understand developers... Not to say this is a bad game. I actually really enjoy this. I'm just saying... If I'm going to compare VR content, if Facebook's going to tell me the Oculus Quest is the face of VR, then I'm going to compare this game to every other game. And what ends up happening is it just isn't like as good as a Boneworks or a Half-Life Alyx and I understand it's a much smaller budget title and, you know, it can't compete and it's not AAA. I get it. But these are the games we're gonna get if everything is focused on the Quest. So you know, I am definitely a little concerned. Squadrons is successful because it's also on flat screen, and it's a great game. But Squadrons is fantastic. So you know, I am pretty concerned that Facebook pushing the Quest and pushing developers is just not good for VR. And more developers keep coming out saying like, listen, if we had the option to jump ship, if there was another platform we could develop on, we would. I mean, PC is, I don't know, it's not there for PC players yet. It's tough. It's a weird scenario. Anyway, Scuba Steve! What's up, Skiva? Are you gonna buy Jurassic World? Well, so I don't have a great relationship with CodeSync from my past history. Some people know this story. So I don't think they're going to send me a review copy. So I don't know, 50-50 on buying it. Listen, so, well, Chris, when it comes to Facebook, their standpoint on VR is, honestly, they don't care about the quality of games. They just care that people are buying the games and buying the headset, and then they're gonna, you know, take your data and just, you know, like rub it all over themselves. That's their plan. So like, they don't care if the games are all terrible as long as people are buying them. That's why you see the difference in like Half-Life Alyx. That's the studio that says, listen, we want to give you an amazing, the best VR experience. And that's why you get that quality of game. A lot of people don't have the luxury of being able to do that. So it's listen, I understand the nature of it, you know, the capitalistic system of it, but I just don't think it's great for VR game content. All right, let's see. Xbox controller is great for squadrons. I use it. I actually like it better than my HOTAS. I think the issue with Warhammer 40k is just as simple as Arizona Sunshine, which came out in 2016. Chat moved on me. So if the industry doesn't want to move forward, it's going to stagnate games. I agree. I don't think the Quest is strong enough for the future of VR games, the experiences we want. It's fine for the Beat Sabers, you know, and some of those launch titles. Even when you said Arizona Sunshine, which is a 4-year-old game, you play it on the Quest 2. They updated it for the Quest 2. It's not pretty. It's fun. It's fun. I just played a few hours of it recently. It's fun, but it's not pretty. It doesn't feel immersive. It doesn't feel like true VR. And that's nothing against the studio. Vertigo Games did a great job bringing it over, but they're working with what they got. Okay. Let's see. VR PS2 is going to be a big turning point. I hope so. PlayStation is in no rush because it's not like PSVR made them a ton of money. They wanted to be in the VR market. They wanted to be part of it. They're a big name in gaming, so they wanted to be there. And they did a great job. But, you know, at the end of the day, they look at it and be like, all right, we do want to do a PlayStation VR 2, but there's no rush because, you know, the financial side of it isn't there. Let's see. I could play The Walking Dead Saints and Sinners on Quest 2 and not worry about it at all. I can play PCVR because why not? But the Quest 2 port was great. So I personally haven't played the port. What I end up feeling, my personal experience with playing between PCVR and Quest 2 is Quest 2 always feels like a game. I feel like I'm playing a game. I feel like, you know, some of the games might be run great and perform well. They don't look too great, but I'm playing a game and I'm having a good time. But when I get in my index on my PC, I feel much more immersed. And a lot of times I feel, hey, what is going? Oh my goodness. So guys, I just got hosted from my buddy Continue. So this is going to go wild for a second here. Hey, Kin, what's going on? So Kin has been my friend for the longest time. If you guys like general, you know, I wanted to say VR, but it's not. If you want to see general Twitch game coverage, she covers everything. She's playing something different all the time, but she's fantastic. She's an amazing streamer, and I love her so much. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you, everybody, for piling in right now. Listen, I don't expect this to be your preferred content. I am primarily on YouTube, and all of my content surrounds these guys, VR. I'm a big VR enthusiast, and on Wednesdays we do Q&As. So if you guys were ever curious about VR, you come here and you ask me questions. We put a topic on screen. Right now we're talking about the newest games like Medal of Honor and Warhammer 40k Battle Sister. We're discussing that right now, but this usually just goes sideways and people just keep answering questions and asking questions, and I look through the chat trying to answer as quick as possible. And I do my best, but I'm not that great. Anyway, Kin, you are amazing. I love you and thank you for popping in. Limited Frags, you're just following now, homie. Just now you're following. One demerit. Let's see. So back to the questions, I guess, guys. Is Quest 2 on PC still amazing? Do you mean like streaming to Quest 2? Is that what you mean? Because a lot of people do a virtual desktop and it got really good over time and it's pretty awesome. This guy is really good. Thank you, Jaws. Miss for Quest is coming out tomorrow. Yes. I'm personally not interested in it for two reasons. One, Myst is a very immersive game, and like I said before, I never feel immersed playing on my Quest, even on the Quest 2. Those low quality textures and the frame rate's good now, but the low quality textures and the previously low frame rate just, you know, really made me feel like I'm playing a game and I'm not really experiencing something like PCVR does to me. Plus, you know, I just sat back and played this for a while. I'll show you guys something. Let me jump ahead here. Oh, no, I don't want to show this scene because this is too far into the game and it'll kind of like, you guys will be like, what's going on? So like I did recently play through this, which is Alt Deus. And this is just playing a VR comic book. And actually that was a pretty cool experience, worked well on the quest because you just sit back, you know, the story's read to you, and you hang out, you make a few dialogue choices, and you have, you know, you have some control over the storyline, but not much. And when it comes to action, it's really like super gimmicky VR, like touch, 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 engage. And that's all it really is. But there's another game for us to start discussing in a second. Thank you for all the new follows, by the way, guys. Do you have the Valve Index? Yes. Okay, so I have it right here. You want to see? Okay, so for the new people here, the regulars get to see stuff. Is it as good as a normal PC on Quest 2? Okay. Oh, so you're saying using the Oculus Link on a Quest 2? It's not as good. It's good. It can be as good as like a Rift S. But yes. Whoa! No donations. They always make me blush. Thank you. I do appreciate it. But yes, someone asked about the Valve Index. I can't keep up with the questions today. I'm trying, guys. Yeah, Valve Index. I do 95%. Well, you know what? Thank you very much. I'm glad you appreciate the content. Guys, I do my best to, you know, pay attention to everyone. Don't feel like you have to donate to get my attention, but thank you. I appreciate you guys. Trust me, I appreciate you guys just as much as you appreciate me. But yeah, this is the Valve Index. I do 95% of my VR gaming on this and about 5% on this. And I have 6 other headsets that almost never get used. You guys want a little tour? You guys want a little tour? I'll show you. Hold on, let me make sure I got those notices coming so late. All right. I'll give you guys a little fantastic tour. Let's see. This is, we're going to go, one of these is the, why can't I find which screen? Oh, there it is. Okay, here we go. Whee! You guys can still hear me. See, this is my Index. Hi. Those are the cameras on the Index. Those are my screens. See some gameplay playing, Cyberpunk waiting to go, OBS up in the top. But hey, let's do a little tour. So, this is where we hang out and play some VR. This is where we hang out and play VR. This is my console setup. And like I said, guys, I got some other headsets. There's 2 there. I got rid of 3 headsets. There's my Rift S, which is on a separate PC, which you can't see right now because it's dark in here. And I have a gaming chair here. I'm a mess right now, though. So that's for squadrons. All right, let's go back. Let's go back to let's get away from my handsomeness. Pew, whoop. Sound effects added by Mateo311, free of charge. Okay, so that's a little tour there, and then I'll get back to the comments, guys. But well, I mean, technically the Index can't do mixed reality, but kind of should be able to. They have a 3D room view mode, so you can put it on and you see your room in 3D, and it's actually pretty cool. But they've never really done anything with it. So is it capable of mixed reality? Maybe, possibly. Is there anything that, you know, does mixed reality on it? No. Is it viable? I don't know. Womp womp. Thank you. Johnny Cakes. I've seen that name before, for sure. Anyway, let me try it. The Valve Index is the most in stock it's been for a while. That is true. I'm trying to catch up on the chat, guys. It dropped like to 3 to 5 weeks. Some places it's actually down to available right now or within 2 weeks. The average is 2 to 6, depending on your geographic location. Prequel, not sequel. I don't know what that comment is. Pass-through is hot. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, that is a beer fridge, the Hawk. That is indeed a beer fridge. And due to COVID, it is completely empty. Sad, sad day. Okay. Destroyer. Sorry, guys. I'm like 2 minutes delayed on the comments, on the questions, but we're catching up. I bought a Rift S a few months ago. Is there much of a difference between Quest 2 and the Rift S when it comes to Quest 2 being linked to the PC? No, there's not much, because you might actually get a better experience on your Rift S. The Rift S is only 80 hertz, so the Quest 2 is you'll get 10 more hertz, but you'll also get additional latency, and you'll get additional latency, and you'll get video compression. So even though the Quest 2 has a higher resolution screen, the games will not be running at that native resolution. So you're fine with your Rift S, unless you were interested in mobile games. Don't care about the Quest 2 for now. Okay, just tuning in. Sold my GeForce 9060 on Facebook Marketplace. Waiting for the 3060 Ti to come in the mail today. Awesome, good card. You will enjoy it. It's gonna be great for VR. How does that look so good? What does look so good? I assume you're looking at my cameras. It just looks so good because I was on screen. Shut up, Matt, you freaking idiot. Know what Matt gets? Do you guys know what I get for being such an idiot on that one? This is what we do to me. I'm slow on the back. Anybody, bro, what is your full-time job? I'm an engineer and I don't have a sweet place like that. So the basement always comes up. Where I live in the United States, this is not a very expensive home. Okay, I can go into more detail, but this is not a very expensive home. This is a middle-income house. Mateo, ambient sound effects. Oh wow, that's how far we are. I love Star Wars, man. I love it too. Let's see. Anybody try V-Rocker on Steam? I have not tried it. Let's see. No beer. I know it's terrible that it's empty. Let's see. Only reason why I go Quest is wireless. Completely understandable. If you set the link to run at native resolution by changing the resolution to 1.7, good luck with that. John Carmack himself said, you're going to need the most beefiest of machines possible, and you can expect to drop frames. So good luck with that, Chris. Not trying to fight you there, but I've tested it. It's not great. So Medal of Honor is crossplay between Oculus and Steam. Question or statement, Limited? Is that a question or statement? Yes. Everyone's saying yes. Okay. To my knowledge, it was. I saw someone online saying no, it's not. But to my knowledge, it was. And if it wasn't, holy moly, just, shoot the multiplayer in the foot. Okay. So, the Hawk, I grew up in New York City. My friend paid $2,600 a month for a studio about 3/4 of the space behind me. I think he was paying $2,600 a month for 450 square feet. And that includes his bathroom, his bed, and like a desk. Okay? I live just outside of the city, and I paid $1,900 also, and it was not much bigger than this right now. Yeah, man, it just depends where you live. Let's see. Found a great deal on a Quest 1. It's $170. Should I wait and get a Quest 2, though? I mean, honestly, I don't know. The Quest 1, I wouldn't get. I'm trying to think of every scenario. My brain, right now I'm doing Doctor Strange, looking through a million different future universes. That's what's going on in my head right now. And personally, I would say don't get a Quest 1. I think in like a year or two, titles are going to be Quest 2 exclusive because developers don't want to keep supporting the even crappier hardware of the Quest 1. Let's see. I still hope Medal of Honor includes DLSS. That would be great. That would help with performance. It is supported in some VR games, yes. Nathi, I've heard it pronounced both ways. He tweeted about it. What exactly did he tweet? It's only very expensive in New York City and some other places. Yeah, well, depends. There's other areas that are super expensive too throughout the country. You love it here in Brooklyn. Kurt, you're a fellow New Yorker. What's going on? Where in Brooklyn, if I may ask? I lived right next to Greenpoint for a couple of years. Medal of Honor still doesn't have a price. We can guess between 40 and 60. Yes. Quest 2 is indeed a better experience than Quest 1 by a decent margin. I will agree. I feel if you're a Quest 1 owner, you don't right away need to buy a Quest 2. I don't feel like it's worth a $300 upgrade, but I think it's definitely nicer. But you need the Elite strap because I felt the default strap was hell. I'm trying to get a 3060 when it comes out. Do you have any tips for getting one? Actually, yeah, I have a little tip because I was able to get 4 3090s. First off, go to if you're in the States, go to Zoolerts. Zoolerts. Zoolerts.com. You could set up notifications whenever games are whenever hardware is available. So you'll get a notification, and then when you get your text message, it'll have a link, and you gotta jump on it. I was able to get one 3090 like that through Amazon. Then, if you don't have an EVGA account, go to EVGA, make an account, and then what happens is you can go and say, I'm interested in these, I'm interested in these GPUs. Please notify me when this one's available. And you'll get an email and says, hey, we have one available. And they give you a certain amount of time. It's locked to you. No one else can get that specific card for a certain amount of time. It's locked to you. Boom. So there's my tips. Hope that helps. Oh, he tweeted. Okay, he tweeted it's crossplay. I assumed it's crossplay. If not, they're shooting themselves in the foot. I definitely won't buy Medal of Honor on release. You think there'll be tons of issues? Well, you know, YouTuber, content creator ethics demands that I have to buy the game and play it and stream it, whatever. So, Mateo Bots confirmed. Chris, just so you know, I didn't scalp a single one of those. So, number 1 went to me. Number 2 went to Skiva. Number 3 went to... Skiva was in the chat before. He's another... He's on the Between Realities podcast. You should go check that out too. YouTube, Between Realities. Awesome podcast. They've had this super awesome guest named Mateo311 on twice. Anyway, then the third one went to Bullseye Berry. He used to create VR content. And the fourth one, I posted on Twitter and said, hey, I have one available, MSRP, who wants it? Okay. Should I set the €10? Should you spend the €10 on Deca Gear? I don't know. Warhammer 40k was disappointing. I'm going to agree with you. It was fun, but could have been so much more. Oh, so you have an insider buddy at Best Buy. Good guy Mateo. It's funny because the 3090 is useless for normal gaming, but for VR, it actually makes like a 25% better than 3080. I don't think the gap is that big, but compared to the 3080, it's like 10 to 15%, and it is a little bit of a bigger margin in VR. I'm the most awesomerest YouTuber. Not useless, but you know what I mean. I need to blow my nose, but it's a good thing, you know, there's the... you guys can follow me with the bathroom camera. I'm just going to grab a tissue. Follow me to the bathroom. Uh-oh, stream canceled. Hi, I'm back. What's going on, everybody? So I expect tips for that. You guys just came to the bathroom with me. I'm having sinus issues lately. Doesn't it make for amazing viewing content? Oh, get the, and then what's going on right here? You guys gonna get me in trouble. So that's not the bathroom cam, just so you guys know. That's what I'm playing. That's the VR space. You guys can see both spaces here. Hi, I'm still on screen. But yeah, that's the play area. And when I'm doing VR content, I pull the green screen across, and we kind of just change the angle a little bit, so you'll see it like this. And that would be where I'm playing a game. LOL, bathroom cam. So there's another game I didn't really. Oh, I didn't answer the Deca Gear question. I've been talking to the Deca Gear guys. I should have a prototype next month for you guys to check out. I feel like I'm not gonna get the prototype because of reasons, like 10 different ones. They're gonna forget me. The prototype's not gonna be ready. Earthquakes. I think aliens are invading in 2021. So reasons. But if I have more information, obviously, I'll tell you guys. So the game I didn't get to this, start discussing yet was Alt Deus. I just played through all of Alt Deus, guys. So I mentioned it very briefly. It's a, let's move over. So it's really a VR. Of course, it goes black when I'm in there. It's a VR comic book. If you wanted to be a part of an anime, it's a really, really wacky story. Probably shouldn't be showing scenes like this. We'll back up a little bit. But it's a really, really wacky story, guys. Like, it takes place in the future where these meteora things came to the planet and wrecked the surface of the planet. So humanity had to move underground, and everything is wacky on so many different levels. Like, this AI that we're looking at right now has got like some crazy ego. You work for some psychotic lunatic who designs genetic beings. It is all over the place. It's true anime style. But if you're into that stuff, I think it's pretty cool. A cool VR novel like that. Hey, the title of this song is too long down there. It's too long. It's just too long. Am I going to be bringing the VR? Yes. Okay, so I'll answer that. Does it have voice acting? The entire game is voice acted. I don't know if I accidentally turned on subtitles or they're on by default, but the entire game is voice acted. You don't have to read, which makes it 1,000 times better in my opinion. Am I doing the YouTube awards? Yes, and I want to bring a lot more YouTubers in. If you guys are, it's there. If you guys are not familiar with the YouTuber awards, so I'm actually gonna drop a link to my Teespring, but in case anyone wants it, if you're a fan of VR YouTubers, I really recommend this poster because you can't see it from here, but the poster is made up of tiny pictures, and they're like 1 inch by 1 inch ish, probably smaller than that, and it's just like all the different VR YouTubers out there. Anyone who's featured in the awards is there. So it makes a tiny little pictures make up that big award image. It's actually really cool, and I love it so much. Hey, you don't have to spam all the, because then I'll have to end up locking out the commands. But don't spam those commands. But yes, guys, follow me everywhere. So, I will be doing the awards again next year. So next October, and I'm gonna try and get as many people involved. Some people are like, a lot of the YouTubers were amazing. BMF, Steve Knows, Eric for President, Tyrell, Kaz and Cherry, like everyone I reached out to, they got back to me instantly. I'm like, yeah, we'll do it. We're down. Everyone, like right away. I guess my wife's home because I hear activity upstairs. So, yeah, she texts me. So, that's what's going on. Have you seen? Yes, I have seen that. I don't know how to pronounce it. Demio is the game. That's from Resolution Games. So they make really fun games. The studio contacts me every time they have something coming out. So I played Blast On. I played Cookout. And it's just like their games are a ton of fun. This looks like something with a little more depth to it, so I'm really excited. Mateo's wife. Yes, I do have a wife. Yes. I am live. Never mind then, is what she said. So, sorry I didn't answer you. But I love you. I love you. She said, Lucky, I love you. So, yeah, their games look awesome. Do you think Phasmophobia is coming to Quest 2? I don't know. I don't know because their development is also very PC focused. It's very, it's also available traditional flat screen. so I don't think it would be coming. Was I talking about something else? Oh, Demios, if that's how you pronounce it. So that's the dungeon crawler. Does look really good. Actually, Alex VR pinged me on Twitter yesterday and said, this looks right up Mateo's alley, and the studio should know me because we've had a couple conversations back and forth. So I popped in, and said, well, I'm excited for this game. So Peter, the trailer does look absolutely amazing. The multiplayer trailer, the new one they released last week, that does look absolutely amazing for Medal of Honor. Okay, I hate the Rec Room dungeon crawler, so a decent dungeon crawler would be dope. Hawk, I love the fact that you're very opinionated. And I agree with you for the most part on these. I feel like the music got too loud. I agree with you for the most part. By the way, yell at me if the music gets too loud. I agree with you on the most part for a lot of what you're saying, but I think the Rec Room dungeon crawls, the quests, are actually a lot of fun. Yes, there's no depth to them at all, and there's no melee mechanics. You wiggle your sword, but I still think they're super fun. Let's see. VR games are in such a weird state that anything half decent people act like it's something amazing. I am going to definitely agree with you on that one. One of the other comments caught me off guard. Bathroom comment. So, I agree with you. Like, people kind of lose their ish because the Quest 2, like, they're becoming Quest 2 fanboys, like traditional console fanboys. And it's like, yeah, well, we have Tales from the Galaxy's Edge. Yeah, but it's not that good. I'm sorry. I mean, I compare... Facebook wants the Quest to be the face of VR. So I'm going to put Tales from the Galaxy's Edge up against Half-Life Alyx, up against Boneworks, up against Star Wars Squadrons, up against Asgard's Wrath. And it's not a great game, when you put it up against that competition. And some people might say this isn't fair. That's like saying a mobile game versus whatever, Xbox Series X or PlayStation 5. And sure, that's a valid argument, but Facebook says we're the face of VR. This is VR. This is where we're pushing VR. Quest. And the quality of games isn't great. Am I celebrating Meat Miss? I don't know what that is, but Meat Miss sounds fantastic. I eat very healthy, but don't get me wrong. I love like a good ribeye once in a while. I love to barbecue. I've gone vegan and vegetarian for months at a time to help my blood work and stuff, but I'm not against eating a good piece of meat. So Meat Miss sounds fantastic. Peter, I said the exact same thing in Monday's news. I said, I'm on level 3 of Battle Sisters, or level 4, whatever it was at the time. And it's already a much better shooter than Tales from the Galaxy's Edge. And it is. I think it is. But is either game, like one of these games, like you tell somebody, like, okay, a PlayStation person, you say, well, you got to try Gear. Like, well, you go back a couple of years. You go, well, you got to play Gears of War. You got to play Halo, man. They're awesome. And if you're selling VR to someone, you got to try Half-Life Alyx. Tales from the Galaxy's Edge and Battle Sisters are definitely not those titles. You can't, they don't really, they're not console sellers. Okay, let's see. Okay. Eric carries you in Pop 1. Oh, so you're an Eric, you're a buddy with Eric. Eric is fantastic, guys. Eric is making a big push. Eric for president, we're talking about. Is making a big push on Twitch. So twitch.tv/Eric for president. Personal friend. I consider him a personal friend at this point. And yeah, go check him out. He's a really good dude. But we fight a lot. Let's see. I was playing Asgard's Wrath on Quest 2 this morning. Asgard's Wrath is awesome. Oh, Meat Miss is in hot dogs, horseshoes, and hand grenades. That's right. I have seen that. Anton put out a video on that, and it did look pretty cool. Is there a way to play Quest exclusives on Rift S? No. Unfortunately, no. And that's like a jerk move. Sorry. That's like a jerk move that we're getting from Facebook now. I think we're going to be seeing more and more Quest exclusives. He's a papa now. Yeah, he has baby Levi. Baby Levi's the man. He came out jacked. 40K is nowhere near the worst of PCVR shooters. So when you say, well, let's see, what are you putting it next to? I mean, there's not a ton of VR shooters, single player, story driven shooters. But what are you putting it up against to that you would say it like really wrecks a PCVR game? What's your Pop 1 friend code? I'll get it. I'll get it for you guys. Actually, I have it in the bottom of my last 2 videos, but let me get it. I gave someone my friend code. They're like, you're missing a digit. I'm like, no, I'm not. And they were like, yeah, my friends had an extra digit. And I'm like, well, mine don't. I've given out this friend code many times before. Okay, let's see. I think my video. I make too many videos, guys. I'm too awesome. Let's see if it's in here. Dun 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 dun. You guys don't want to watch me look for a friend code. What is this nonsense? Did you see Epic Games are getting exclusives? Oh boy, that sucks. Which exclusives are coming to Epic Games now? I was pretty frustrated when Epic Games first started, like, pulling titles. I think what they did with Metro Exodus was really dirty, because the game was available on Steam for months and months and months. Now Steam is doing publicity for them. You know, you log into Steam and it's like, hey, check out these new games, upcoming games. So Steam is doing publicity for them, and all of a sudden, last minute, they pull it off Steam and go, you know, Epic exclusive. Not cool. So let's see. Dude, it's snowing in New Jersey. Holy. Oh, Jersey. Huh, I lived right next to Jersey growing up. So actually, we had snow here last week. I drove in a snowstorm to go buy fake blood for a video I was working on. That Pop 1 code is coming. I swear it's coming.
Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody. Listen to my background sound. Pop 1 code.
I don't know where it is. I'll put it in one of my news videos.
Hello,
Controlled
it's me again.
Interface.
It's a picture and this extra sound effects.
Population code. I got it. Boo! It's a little frustrating that, you know, Pop 1, you kind of use this friend code thing, but whatever. It helps. Okay, let me catch up on the chat. No, Limited, it's fine. I would totally play Pop 1 with you again. I played Pop 1 with Grumpy Duck and Limited. They're in the chat right now. Go check them both out on YouTube, by the way. I played with them. It was Limited's first game. He was having lots of internet connectivity issues. So, like, he's trying to grab stuff and he's going right through things. And Grumpy Duck is not the, he's a very funny guy, but he's definitely not the most competitive gamer out there. So, I am good at communicating. I'm average at the game. So, when people aren't following general communication, I start to sigh and stuff. Because if I'm the best on the team and I'm, like, killing 2 people and saying, hey, guys, there's 1 left. There's 2 of you guys left. Can you come in and support me? And I don't get any support. I'm like, because I want to win and I don't have a lot of free time to play. So, like, it's really, I'm a jerk. It's really not their fault. It's me being a jerk. But anyway, digressing so much here. When Blizzard one day decides they want to lose a ton of money, they will make a VR MMO. I know, that's kind of what it feels like. We just need an Anthem for VR, but Anthem sucked. I would love, like, well, last week I described what VR game I would love to see, like a co-op RPG. It's snowing in New York now. That means I'll probably get it soon. Let's see. Grumpy, I don't know. I think Grumpy's above your level, Limited. Let's see. Darth, what's going on? Howdy. Don't apologize for being late. Never apologize. The fact that you're here at all. A while back, I heard about Yes, Rockstar has been working on a AAA VR title. Haven't heard anything. We don't know what IP it's using. You know, is it going to be Grand Theft Auto? Is it going to be something else? I don't know. Like, some people would say, well, they probably won't go Grand Theft Auto because they don't want to tarnish the good name of Grand Theft Auto. The good name. I don't know. You're happy if you get one kill. If I go through a round and I don't have at least one kill, that round's a failure, and I want to cry myself to sleep. Oh, by the way, I'm comparing 40K to games like Zero Caliber. Okay, I didn't play Zero Caliber. I'm trying to think of oddly, there weren't a ton of VR single-player campaign-driven shooters. It's really not a lot. It's a couple online ones. You got Pavlov, you got Onward, you got Contractors. There's a couple attempts at Battle Royale before Population 1. So you got Player Unknown. You got the one that I always forget, Virtual Battlegrounds. I always brain fart on that name. Virtual Battlegrounds I actually thought was pretty cool. But yeah, story-driven, single-player campaign, first-person shooters. I don't know. I'm not pulling out any. Red Dead Redemption 3 VR. I don't think so. I like to refer to Red Dead Redemption as Grand Theft Horse, and I didn't like the series. Just not for me. My money is on an LA Noire sequel. I hope that's not the case. Just not what I'm looking for. Watch it be an Epic Store exclusive. Fart Nugget 007. I can't wait to play with you. I haven't been on a lot lately. I've been super busy. Working on my top secret, super amazing project. Let's see. Uno, being a content creator is expensive. That's for sure. Let's see. Scrapper, Boiling Point, I played. I didn't play Scrapper. Boiling Point, I actually thought was pretty cool. I don't know how it stacks up next to Warhammer. Warhammer is definitely a little bit more streamlined. Vertigo Remastered crushes it. Vertigo Remastered is fantastic. Like, Vertigo Remastered. Warhammer 40K. And I love Warhammer. Absolutely love. Vertigo Remastered is... I can't believe I wasn't thinking of the game. That's Half-Life meets Rick and Morty. And it's just phenomenal. Skiva, I'm with you on Grapple Tournament. The killer is everyone's playing Pop 1. They don't have that, Facebook promotion budget there. Grapple Tournament is fantastic. It runs great. It looks great. It is Unreal Tournament in VR with added mechanics. Like, it's super cool. You got the grappling hook, but it's not just a grappling hook. Like, you might see a gun across the map and be like, boop, and pull it over. And it's not like it appears in your hand. It's got the physics behind it. And you pull this weapon over, and then you grab another weapon, and you're like dual wielding, or you're using one weapon and a grappling hook and pulling yourself around. It's Unreal Tournament with extra physics in VR. It's fantastic. Skiva, we were talking about you earlier. Did someone say Ready Player 2? I don't think anybody said that. Let's see. It's going to be a VR cover. I see everyone's personalized VR cover face mask coming out lately. Let's see. Give me a few to switch to my laptop. You get more than a few, my man. So, Ralph Sauce. I hope this is the last gen of console pancake games. VR needs to be the standard. I don't think that'll happen. Okay? Because when you get to my advanced age, and for the new people out here, I'm going to cough. My advanced age. No. When you get to my advanced age of 4 decades, basically what happens is an hour of VR gaming is like cardio, and you're tired. And then you're like, oh, I'm tired. I'll go sit on my couch. But then you have kids, and there's no relaxing. So VR fatigue actually wrecks me. It wrecks me. But I can still turn on Spider-Man on PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5 and play for, 6 hours. I can turn on Baldur's Gate and play for 4 hours at a clip. Stuff like that. But it's very hard. There's only a few VR games where I've sat longer than like 3 or 4 hours at a clip. I'm not a boomer. Boomers are way older than me. My mom's a boomer. She's 70. I honestly didn't like Swords of Gura. I'd really prefer a Mordhai style game entirely in VR. So personally, I like where your head's at. I'm close friends with Devin, the developer of Swords of Gura. I actually think it's a really fun game. I think it has really, really great mechanics. But I know what you're saying. There's a lot of satisfaction in a kill in Mordhau. How? I looked it up. Anyway, like there's a nice satisfaction with contact and killing somebody, and that's like one thing I expressed to him a long time ago. I was like, hey, have you ever played Bushido Blade? You get that one nice hit and it just feels great and someone dies. I'm like, yeah, I want to see that. Let's see. This is the TV killing live theater argument or radio killing reading books. They'll always exist. Yeah. Maybe at some point we'll play pancake games on our VR glasses while on the couch. Like, that kind of happens already now. You could stream your Xbox games right to your, like, Quest. So, like, if I don't want to come down here and play Xbox on my screen, I can sit upstairs and play. But whatever. I smell like beef. Interesting. Ribeye? I'm down. I mean, an hour of Beat Saber is cardio, but I can marathon Skyrim all day. And I kind of feel the same. Like, I've sat and played Asgard's Wrath for like 4 hours plus, but not Beat Saber. No, I drop. Bushido Blade for the win! I mean, it's an older game, yeah. Ninja Gaiden VR, though. See, that's another thing. We like to do, what about Medal of Honor in VR? What about Assassin's Creed in VR? Like, VR can be its own thing. VR has very specific mechanics, and they need to be utilized correctly. I got into VR because of Google Cardboard. And you know what? That's the lowest of the low. What's your top 3 fave games? My list would be like Blade and Sorcery, Boneworks, Half-Life Alyx. It's hard for me to say favorite because I like certain games for certain different things. But yes, Half-Life Alyx is the best VR game. Boneworks is also fantastic. I like Asgard's Wrath. Vertigo Remastered is really high on the list. I'd have to really sit and think, but you know, Saints and Sinners is also an excellent game. But different seats. What was I gonna say? Different. I had an expression that just. I don't know. Like not like there's a seat for every butt. I was going in a different direction. But anyway, my brain works sometimes. It works sometimes. Our music, our Christmas music has finally gone through the whole thing. Wow. All right. Let's see. Have you played Population 1? I assume you're new, buddy. We played quite a lot of Population 1. We discussed it quite a lot. Do you like Carnage Chronicles, and would you play it just single player? Yes and yes. I have played through it single player, and I like it. I almost spit water out, Jaws, when you said I had a stroke. Different seats for different butts. But when you said I had a stroke, I almost spit water all across the screen. Phantom Covert Ops. Yeah, I know. It was supposed to be huge. Well, that's the whole thing too. The hype train in VR is terrible. Because for the longest time, we didn't get new games. So when someone said a game was coming, we're like, really? A game? Okay, tell me about it. Tell me. It's got VR? I'm down. It's got a gun? Yeah, I'm sold. Sounds amazing. Yeah, we didn't get games for a while. And we got shallow games and, you know, dopey mechanical games, whatever the case may be. So Steam is releasing Medal of Honor a day later than Quest. That is an invalid statement because Medal of Honor is not coming to Quest. Do you mean Rift platform? But really, is it really coming out tomorrow on the Oculus. But I don't care. I'm waiting. I'm getting it on Steam. There's no chance I'm getting it on Facebook's platform. I'm not gonna lie. The Half-Life Alyx reveal. That's something to wet your pants about. The Medal of Honor hype train is also real. I mean, that multiplayer trailer looked ridiculous. So, I'll be honest with you. I was disappointed when Medal of Honor was announced that that's Respawn's title. So when Respawn came out... Now, just hear me out on this. Respawn had an amazing single-player game with Titanfall 2. If you haven't played the single-player campaign, you missed out. That game was fantastic. It died in marketing. Marketing and the time of release, and EA was fighting itself on other titles. It was really dopey. But the Titanfall single-player campaign was phenomenal. And then they have Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, another amazing single-player campaign. So I know they can do single-player, so I'm excited. And then we know they've worked with the Star Wars IP, and they've worked with Titanfall. And mechs just seem to go so well in VR, so I thought we were going to go that route. I thought we were going to get sci-fi, future, and mechs, something like that. And we didn't. We went back to World War II, which actually can be super cool in VR, but I don't know. Guess what? I don't know. Titanfall 2 was great, yep. Let's see. I thought though, not gonna lie, I think the pilot versus pilot gameplay would work at full speed in VR. Listen, I don't know for sure. Maybe there's, I don't know what would or wouldn't work. Maybe slow it down. I couldn't say. Okay. Someone else said that, but then again, there's some really fast-paced VR games that do work. And someone said, oh, it's going to be too hard to aim at people. And I'm like, no, that doesn't. You got ways around that. Let's see. I found something in Medal of Honor multiplayer trailer that shows up physics. Yes. Shows bullet shells bouncing off the table. Yeah, so Medal of Honor does look like it has some pretty nice physics. There's one scene where you break a statue over a guy's head. Some thrown knives, some pushing, breaking windows, pushing doors shut, stuff like that. And that's probably what's really pushing up some of the resource requirements. Let's see. Iron Rebellion is an in-progress VR mech game. Yep. I mentioned it in in a news video a couple months back, I want to say. World War II shooter again feels like PS2. Again, World War II shooters timeless. They used to be much more popular. If you go back to when Call of Duty was a PC exclusive, yes, World War II was like all the shooters were World War II, and they were very, like, I don't know how to really phrase this, but they were very like, you shoot a guy once or twice, they're dead type of shooters. The gameplay was very different than what we're used to today. But I don't mind going back. Alright, imagine a 9-year-old spamming a smart pistol. I know, I'm thinking that too. VR smart pistol spamming for the win. I know this isn't a game question. That's alright, all questions are open, hat. But do you think that it's worth to pre-order Deca Gear? I'd hold. Because who knows what's going to go on with Deca Gear. I mean, they're using those $10 for whatever right now. So if they go under, it's only $10, but still. Yep, Grapple Tournament is super fast-paced and is incredible, as are you, Skiva. Half-Life 1 or Half-Life 2? My preference, 2. Am I streaming anything else this week? Yes, I'll be streaming Medal of Honor. I got to get another video out, though, too. Best non-VR game to play in VR with virtual desktop. I don't know. Well, I wouldn't do that. VR makes me uncomfortable. Like, why strap a screen to my head when I can sit on those super comfy chairs, put my legs up, and turn on the big screen? Medal of Honor Allied Assault was awesome. I wasn't a big fan of the Medal of Honor series. I was more the traditional World War II Call of Duty guy. Yeah, it was either, 2000s, it was Half-Life or World War II. Yeah, I kind of agree. I mean, it's hard to think back 20 years when I was 20, a lad. Okay, my stream got weird. Not sure if you answered. Do you have the Catwalk VRC? I do not have a Catwalk. I have some gun stocks. I have a Your VR chair. I have cyber shoes, but I do not have the Catwalk. I'm not interested, to be honest. I think it's never gonna successfully mimic a real gate. It's gonna feel weird. It's cost way too much, and it's going to make the overall experience like less like you're gonna be less in control. That's my personal take on it. For a VR arcade or something, I think it could be really cool, but I don't want one. If I was offered to test one, I would love to test it, but I'm super skeptical and just, I don't know. Anyway, let's go more of Mateo this week. Love this man. Kurt, I love you too. Thank you for your support, guys. You guys are freaking amazing. Let's see. I have seen mention that Dishonored is awesome in Vorpax. I don't have time to really try Vorpax. I never got into it because there's too much configuring. And I don't know. When I play games, I have very limited time. I just want to get in and go. I tried the Catwalk in CS in January. It's quite uncomfortable for a very tall guy. Well, I'm short, so maybe it would be better, but there you go. I mean, so you can, even if it's twice as good, how much better is it? I haven't tried Vorpax. I always recommend you guys check out Paradise Decay on YouTube if you want info on Vorpax. Yeah. I've had gameplay running that you guys really aren't watching. I probably should have set up the screen a little bit different for you guys today. But this is the very beginning of Warhammer. I'm not dying, I swear, guys. I just, like I said, the sinus problem, I'm very dry and stuff in here, so I'm gonna tickle in my throat. So that's usually when my brain's like, okay, you're out of water, you gotta start streaming, you gotta stop streaming soon. Let's see. Wasn't a fan until yesterday. Tried Bioshock Infinite. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. Bioshock series is amazing. Why not try Bioshock 1 and 2? I feel like that would be even better in VR. Do I like the cyber shoes? Okay. Obscure Nerd, what's going on, man? What's up? We're just talking about some games, showing off a little bit of footage. I've been playing like everything lately. Do I like the cyber shoes? They're right here. Because I need props. Because I'm not that exciting. I've been testing them a lot. These are the ones that work both PCVR and the Oculus Quest. Because I will be doing a video on them. Personally, they're not for me. And I'll tell you why. And it's everything I've already mentioned. Convenience. And comfort and control. When I want to play, I want I want things to work as easy as pick up the controllers and go. When you're playing on PCVR, there's really not much setup for the cyber shoes. They're fairly easy. I love this swivel chair. The swivel chair has been in the background of some of my streams lately. But I love the swivel chair. And, it's fairly easy. You just strap them on your feet. You go in the game, you click one thing, and they're pretty much working. But you can't really strafe. I don't feel as in control. And like I spoke about earlier, VR fatigue. I get tired. It's just easier, and I have better control when using a thumbstick. So it's not for me. But again, I feel like there is a place for it. And technology, the hardware's great. It really is. Really is. Your internet noped out? Sorry. The textures do look bad in Warhammer. Well, they're hit and miss. Some look okay. Some look good. Some look horrendous. These guys are just boomers. Jules, you got to stop calling people who are like millennials and Gen Xers, boomers. There's extra generations. Just older than you doesn't mean boomer. Let's see. There's a BioShock mod for Alex. Yes, I've seen that. That looks pretty sweet. Hope the next gen PCVR natively supports full body tracking. In 2012, Microsoft made the Kinect. Yeah, the Kinect was pretty cool. Bit gimmicky. I feel like someone's got to get on board. Like, if it's gonna happen, Steam needs to get on board, and they need like an official product, so that it's integrated with either OpenXR or Steam, Steam VR APIs, and that it just works with all games basically. And if developers want to add or make support more robust, it's right there and it's easy for them. That's the only way I feel it's gonna happen. Let's see. Productive day. So taking a break. Well, I'm glad you're taking a break with me, Obscure. Nice to have you here. I see VR in the name. Do you create content? Are you a content creator? Productive day. What have you been up to? Okay. G2 with index controllers and tracking looks great. Yes, Kurt. That's a nice combo. It's just not cost effective. Let's see. Have you played Kinect Bowling? Yes. Wii Tennis, Kinect Bowling. I've played all of those. Let's see. Mindset is so boomer is the mindset of being out of touch, not age. No, boomer is an actual generation. It was the baby boomer generation. It was a generation of people where they had a lot more kids than normal. That's where the name comes from. I know right now, mnemonic expression, okay boomer. Right now I'm saying big words, but that's what you guys are used to. Okay boomer when you're out of touch, but there is an actual boomer generation. Let's see. I'm waiting for Index 2. Can't justify buying a $1,000 headset that's not newly released. I kind of agree with you there. Personally, the Valve Index is still a fantastic headset. It's my favorite one. I've owned 8, and personally, it's my favorite hands down. 95% of my VR gaming is done on the Valve Index. And can we use an upgrade? Yeah, but at the same time, yes, some of these headsets are getting higher resolution, but not everybody's rocking the latest tech. They're not rocking, 3080s, 3090s, or even 3060 Ti's. So people who are on a generation or two, old GPUs are still just barely being able to hit the full potential of the Index. I mean, at the same time, like, if you bought an Xbox or a PlayStation 4 2 years ago, it's like, oh, I don't want to buy a console. I don't want to spend $300 or whatever on a console that's 7 years old. Let's see. Let's catch up on the chat here. Oh, okay, Obscure, you do comedy. Okay, so not like nothing against. I can't be up, on top of all VR content creators or all VR YouTubers. I do my best to try and learn about as many as possible. And one of the things I have very little interest in comedy-based stuff. I did become friends with like Grumpy Duck and a couple of the guys who make comedy-based stuff, but it's not content I look for, to be honest. Okay. Oh, you play with Alex VR and some mutual friends a lot. Awesome. Good to hear. Yeah. Friend me on everything. We're homies now. See, boomers were born between 46 and 64. There you go. Let's see. Exactly. A generation. Exactly what a boomer would say. Okay, boomer. Dude, Index 2 is probably a thing, not gonna lie. I think Valve is up to something, for sure. And I really hope it is a thing. I would get one in a heartbeat. Pimax. Pimax I spoke about in my last video. While I think they make cool headsets, I think the software is a headache. Or rather, I've heard the software is a headache and the company has a bad reputation. So I've tried Windows Mixed Reality. I've tried all the Vive headsets. I have 3 Oculus headsets. So Pimax is just one I never tried. Let's see. Okay, do you think my 1060 will break when I try and play Medal of Honor? It's going to light on fire and melt. 1060, you really got to upgrade for VR at this point. Personally, I recommend a 1080 Ti or above, or you know, like a 2060. And performance around the same 2060, 1080 Ti. If you want to play all the latest games and not have like any discomfort. But who knows, Medal of Honor may up that now. Let's see. You're definitely a top 3 VR content creator. Peter, I really appreciate it. You know, I'm working hard on the channel. Personally, these streams don't do much for my channel. They don't push it forward. They don't give me a lot of new subscribers. But you guys are super supportive, you know, and that's equally as good. But I would love to be up there, you know, with some of the big boys. Maybe one day. I'm happy where I am. You know, I'm older. I don't have a lot of free time. I do what I can. But I appreciate you guys, and I appreciate those comments. Thank you. Let's see. You remember when you met me in Virtual Battlegrounds, Grumpy was being a little fangirl? It's funny because that's kind of how the content creation world starts. Grumpy reached out to me very, very early in his content creation. And he was like, dude, can I ask you for some advice? And I think what made him potentially like fanboy was the fact that I was just like, I was super nice to him, which I try and live my life on the principle of I act the way I would love to see other people act. So if I went to someone for support, I would hope they give me support. But I'm not always thinking that way. It's just kind of, you know, how I try and live my life. But we became friendly, you know, from the very beginning. And Grumpy was like, oh, you're the only one who really helped. And I'm genuinely glad to be able to help. Like, I have something I can contribute. So here it is. That honestly makes me feel really good. Okay. Anyway, digressing. Even your 2070 is beginning to lag on some higher end games. So Obscure, I was actually discussing this earlier too. A lot of games just aren't optimized well and also get CPU bound. So games that have a lot of physics will still drop frames. Just some games handle it better than others. He was the first YouTuber above 200, 300 subs who replied to me. I think when you came to me, I was like somewhere, I don't know, maybe like 5,000 or something. Grumpy, I didn't know you were here. Still, but I appreciate you still hanging out. And no, dude, no need to fanboy me. I'm just a regular dude, and you're doing great too. We're all just people, man. Doesn't matter if you have 1,000 subs or 100,000 subs. We're all just people, and if you forget that, you're doing something wrong in life. Do you have a Reverb G2? No, I didn't get one. I was talking to HP. They put me on the maybe list, and maybe I didn't get one. It's like when you tell your little kid maybe we could get McDonald's. Yeah, turns into a no. That's what happened with me. I said, well, anything else comes out, keep me in mind. And they said, will do, you're on a list. So I didn't get a G2, and I wasn't going to pay for one because it's a sidestep. I'm only going to get a new headset if it's a full upgrade. Like, I'll get an Index 2, but I won't get a Reverb G2 because it's not as good as an Index in some respects, and it's better in others. So that's not what I'm looking for. So a 1660 Ti is very good GPU card. It's good, and I would say that's going to run most of your VR games, but you're gonna start going lower tier. Let's see. I'm a boomer, and I'm a gamer. Cut me some slack. Do you think Cyberpunk is going to add VR? Based on their latest statements, which is like almost a year old now, they said they're not actively pursuing it. Cyberpunk is a studio much like Valve when it comes to mindset. We'll release it when it's ready. We'll do it our way. They kind of don't care. So if they get interested in VR, they'll do it. Do I think they'll make the whole game in VR? I don't know, man. Damn you, HP. Morph, what's going on? So you're legit my favorite VR YouTuber. By the way, I've been watching every single live stream you've done. I love the chilled out nature of it, man. Keep it up. I'm sure you'll grow a lot soon. Wishing the best. Thank you very much. Guys, I honestly have to tell you that YouTube content creation can be soul killing, okay, or soul crushing. You will watch your views do this. You will watch your subs do this. You will not understand why. It will not make sense, and it's just the nature of YouTube. It happens to every content creator, except for like the absolute best of the best or the luckiest of the luckiest. But even the huge channels out there still do this on their views. And it's comments like this. It's you guys popping in and just saying, hey, I like the content. Or, you know, what's up, man? Keep it up. Or, you know, I'm sure you'll do great. Those comments and the thumbs up and stuff like that go so far. Because when views are down or whatever, but I still see an outpouring of love, I'm like, fine. Just keep doing what you're doing. Have a good time. Let's see. Lo-fi will be the closest thing to Cyberpunk. Lo-fi looks cool. Oh, I'm going to be in a demo for the VR MMO Nyx. That looks pretty freaking cool. That's got a Cyberpunk theme to it. That's coming up in a week, I think, or so. Who knows? Was I allowed to say that out loud? Gamer plus boomer is goomer. I'm almost a goomer. Dude, the 3090 can even do 4K Ultra, 60 FPS for Cyberpunk, the chat moved on me, without DLSS. So I doubt it'll work in VR. Well, here's the thing. Like, you can always, like, they can go in and shut off so many bells and whistles and really kind of get things going up, but who knows? It's pretty crazy, though, when you see stuff like that. When you have such cutting edge technology, and it's like, wait a second. I'm struggling to get 60 frames per second. What world am I living in? Do I have a favorite negative troll comment someone has made on one of your videos? So I'm actually in a Discord with a bunch of other fellow YouTubers. And whenever we get comments like that, we post them. So we can all kind of laugh and cry together. So I'm not thinking... I can't think of one recently. A lot of times you get accused of doing something where you did just the opposite, where you're like, oh yeah, this game's available on Steam and Oculus on December 10th. And people are like, hey dude, tell us when the game comes out and what platforms it's gonna be on. And it's like, hey dipshit, I said it. I said both of those and it's in the description. So you get accused of doing things that you didn't do constantly, which is fun. But I can't off the bat, like off the top of my head, I can't think of a great troll comment. I had a funny one the other day though. My video where I poop on an Oculus Quest, not literally. Someone said, one YouTuber, one Quest or something on it. I think some of the youngins in here might not get that, but I got a good chuckle out of that. Let's see. Okay, back to the comments. There is a 2020 version of Can It Run Crysis. Yeah. Well, they were doing a Crysis Remastered, which I heard also destroys all hardware. When I got into VR, ever since flat screen gaming seems so boring. I still like my flat screen games. I'm not gonna lie. VR is a journey. VR is like this epic style of journey. Very immersive, just completely different. You record the troll comments. They're great, man. I'm an Xennial. That is correct, Jaws. We're still on those comments. They said Medal of Honor is more CPU bound. Yep. I've heard the same. I think the funniest comments I got is you copied Josh Tubbs or Eddie VR. Yeah. Well, I've got a few of those too. When people will accuse me of copying someone's content, yet my content came out before theirs. Those are always good ones. Like someone will be like, you copied Mr. So-and-so. And I'm like, oh yeah, when did I do that? This video. And I'm like, check the dates, jackass. Let's see. You must have got hate for that Onward video. So to be honest, I didn't get a ton of hate. I'll be honest with you. I didn't get a ton of hate. The most common comments in the Onward video where people like, this happens for tons of Quest games. And I said, okay, well, that's unacceptable. That's unacceptable if that's really the case. I said, I've had my Quest since launch. This is the first game to ever hard lock mid-game, and I've never had to factory reset my Quest until today. So, that's I kind of still stand by that. But I don't know. I did get some people like, most of them were just like, no, this happens. Or some people were like, why are you making up words? Hard locking isn't a real thing. And I'm like, okay, delete. But there was some hate, but not. There was a lot more people like, yes, no, this game sucks. It's broken. It's not working for me. There's much more of that. Let's see. You have awesome content that is different than every other YouTuber. I mean, I think we all have our own take on stuff. Like, a lot of us cover the news, like Thrill and BMF and Steve knows and Eric used to, but he's kind of moving out of that. But even everyone who does the news, we all have our own take. Like, I always like to put my opinion in there because this is my channel and I think you guys value my opinion. So if I'm like, hey, Warhammer's releasing on December 8th, I'll also say, well, guys, I've also played the first 4 levels of this game, and this is what I think. So I try and throw my opinion in there because I think it matters. You just ordered the haptics vest. I have one coming, I believe. I didn't have anything official confirmation, but I've been told I have one coming, and I'm really looking forward to that. Okay, let's see. People keep telling me in the comments I am more attractive version of Mateo. There's no way that is true on any level, Grumpy. Only because we don't look anything alike. However, that makes me think of, I keep seeing a guy in the gym who looks just like, he looks a lot like Soul Fox, and I giggle every time. But anyway, let's see. Bro, you're going to be on Scarce's channel, lol, VR YouTuber talks trash, on the largest VR YouTuber, Josh Dubs. I don't, my brain is not computing. Okay. Limited is right. No one's seen those comments, man. Also, Mateo, do you think there is a demand for B haptics? I think yes. Let me get my hands on one, and I can tell you more. But if it's got a high level of support and they keep the price fairly low, the new version, the X16, is $300, which is a reasonable price. If you can get on board working with like Valve and start like bundling these, get the Valve Index 2 with the haptics suit, and like Valve make sure it has a high level of support, then it could be, like a game changer. Let's see. What's the side quest RPG game? Anyway, that one gives you a black screen of death in the middle of my eyes. Well, that's, yeah, some games kind of do that. I don't know what game that is, but there are rendering issues with some side quest games, especially with Quest 2 these days. Grumpy Duck fake news on the attractiveness. Okay. Listen to people who have been VR enthusiasts since 2014. So I have a much later start on my YouTube content, but I had VR at launch. So let's see. What's your opinion on the OG HTC Vive? Don't get one now unless you can get it for like super insanely cheap, because then it's at least worth the base stations. It's my base station. You can't see my base stations. Whoop. My base station's right there, and the other one is on this wall right there. So whoop. So yeah, if you can get it super cheap, it's worth it for just the base stations alone, because they sell for like $1.50 a piece. But don't get a OG Vive, because it's so far behind the curve these days in terms of resolution, comfort, weight. Don't unless you're super low end machine, whatever. Let's see. Yes, Grumpy has youth over me, but youth can't. I have muscles and attractiveness, so sorry, dude. Let's see. Just catching up on the chat here. Haptics does look sick. A live stream collab. Yeah, just my schedule is kind of like all over the place, but I told like Steve, Alexa, stop doing whatever you're doing. The hell was she doing? She was popping popcorn or something back there. Alexa, run a systems diagnostics. Anyway, I told Steve Knows to join me one day, but you know, schedules and stuff. Steve's my buddy, personal friend too. Let's see, trying to catch up on the chat here. They made the software so good that you can use the haptic vest with any game without extra setup. You know, yeah, that's fantastic right there. I upgraded from my HTC Cosmos to a Oculus 2, so Oculus Quest 2, I assume. I don't blame you on that, Limited Frags. So the Cosmos has its issues. I had a Cosmos. I got bullied for having a Cosmos for ages. I think I actually made fun of you. I was just thinking of that when we played Virtual Battlegrounds. I think I busted your balls about the Cosmos pretty bad. Let's see. Would you notice a bigger improvement in overall VR performance with a CPU upgrade or a GPU? Honestly, your specs aren't that bad there. The Ryzen 3600 and the 2070 Super. I mean, you're in a good range for the GPU. I'm not super familiar with the 3600 performance. Again, I'm not up to date on AMD. Like, I'm more up to date on the latest stuff only because I see it launching and I kind of check the specs. The newest CPUs from AMDs are killers, and even the GPUs are really good too. But I like, it depends. I would say it is game dependent, because games that don't have any like physics, like a Beat Saber and stuff like that, they don't need the CPU. They're not CPU bound. So it's game specific. Marcus. Let's see. I'm gonna be ending the stream pretty soon, guys. I'll drop some more. Actually, look at the time. Holy crap. Let me kind of jump through and see if I see anything in the comments here. Okay, I think we're caught up to date. All right, everybody. This is normally I stream for 2 hours, so that's normally how it goes. I'm gonna be on Friday for Medal of Honor. I'm hoping to get another YouTube video out this week too. So come back, check out Medal of Honor. I'm going to drop a couple links, guys. You guys have been amazing today. So, I can't type. I'm going to drop a link to my Discord. I'm losing my voice. 2 hours talking, I lose my voice without constant water. I dropped a link to Discord. We run monthly giveaways. Last month, we gave away Saints and Sinners, and we gave away a couple keys for Final Assault. I run some giveaways pretty often there. Just I get keys and I just want to give them back to you guys. I'll drop a few. Yep, a few of my links are coming in right now. So if you guys want to follow me on anything else, I'd appreciate it. You guys are always fantastic. And you know, I always talk about wanting to do this full time. Maybe we'll get there. I have this crazy amazing video coming out that was a sponsored video, and it's not an endorsement or anything, because you guys know how I feel about sponsored content. I'm really iffy on it. It makes me uncomfortable. But your continued support will, I think, eventually one day allow me to do this full time. I think we're gonna get there. So guys, I will drop the support link, but I'm not asking for charity. There are some stuff in there. If you guys if you're already shopping on Amazon or something, you can use my affiliate link. And, you know, I get whatever, tiny kickbacks from that. Or, you know, like, there's things like level 100 gear. I'm wearing the shirts constantly. If you're interested in that stuff, Mateo311, 15% discount code. Stuff like that, guys. But I honestly feel really, really awful just mentioning this in the stream right now. Like, this made my soul kind of die for a second there. It's like, stop promoting. Shut up. Just have a good time with your viewers and go on. But join the Discord if you guys want to hang out, maybe have a conversation with me. I try and jump in there, you know, at least a few times a day, but I cannot keep up with you guys now. It's over 1,000 of you guys in there, and you guys are freaking amazing. I just kind of, at the end of the day, catch up on some funny conversations. Like, someone had 30 gigs of blackmail material on me, apparently, which sucks. I really wonder what they have. But anyway, guys, this was a lot of fun today. I will see you guys on when Medal of Honor drops. I will be live streaming it. You guys will get to pick if you want to see single player or multiplayer. All right, everybody. Thank you. It's been freaking amazing. We didn't even do many special effects like punch me in the face. That is so terrible. No. But I will see you guys on Friday, and there should be another video up hopefully by the end of this week. Bye, guys. Boop.